So today I've got a Echo PB2100 blower, and a friend of mine gave it to me. It was leaking gas and just wasn't running very well. And so I tore it apart and realized this grommet right here was in really bad shape, and it had been sitting in gas for over a year, and the gas had broke down. It was really stinky. So anyways, I ordered a kit, and in the kit came a new carburetor. This is the original carburetor, and it came with a new filter and some gaskets. So I went ahead and threw it on, and it ran like crap. In fact, I had trouble getting it to pull gas, and you'd pump the bulb and it was just not functioning right. So it was starting to give me fits. So I threw the old carburetor back on, and it was in bad shape too. The bulb was split, so no problem. Put a new bulb in and put the old carburetor back on, and the carburetor would not pump gas. So now I'm starting to get concerned. I got two carburetors, and neither one of them seemed to be working. So I took a time out and started to think about this for a minute and realized that something was going on with the fuel delivery. And I thought maybe the fuel line is collapsing. These fuel lines that came with the kit and on the original system are not real strong walled parts, and I thought maybe it was collapsing down inside where the grommet goes. So I messed around with it and put the new carburetor back on and just couldn't get the gas to go. So I got looking at the old grommet and discovered that there was a metal brass tube on the fuel line feed coming in from the tank to the machine. There was a brass tube in there. And I thought, oh, that's interesting. So I pulled out the tube and put it in the new grommet, hooked the lines back up, shoved everything back in, and that's what I have here. So down in here is the grommet assembly, the new one. And I shoved the, first I tried putting the grommet in and then shoving the tube in. That didn't work so good. So I pulled the grommet back out, shoved the tube in, hooked the lines up. And then, of course, trying to fit that grommet back in was a bear, but it is doable. Went to fire it up, and it ran, and it was pumping fuel. Everything started working, but then I had another problem, and it was the adjustment of the new carburetor. So the way I got it to run was I leaned out the high-speed jet, which is this one. This is the high-speed adjustment, and I had to take it all the way down clockwise to its tight position. And then I backed it off about an eighth of a turn, and that's where I started to tune it. Now, yesterday was really hot, so I tuned it just a little bit rich of high RPM setting. That way, when the ambient temperature drops, it will not lean out on you. As ambient temperature drops, your carburetor will run leaner. These are not self-compensating, so we have to guard against that. For the low-speed jet, what I did was I like to run those a little bit on the rich side. So when you come off full throttle, it doesn't run into a lean situation. And also, again, as the ambient temperature drops, the lean setting, the low setting will start to run lean. And so I tend to set these up a little on the rich side, and I've had good luck with doing that. So let's take this thing out and see how it runs. Okay, I'm outside here with the rebuilt, reworked Echo PB2100 blower. So I'm going to wrap this up. A couple things I'd recommend with these machines. I don't know a lot about the Echo, but I know the machines in general do a whole lot better with ethanol-free gas. And so I tend to run ethanol-free in everything that we use in way of equipment. If you can't run ethanol-free, please try to use a gas stabilizer, and there's several out there. I like Startron, but I've used others, including Evinrude's brand, and they all seem to work pretty good. So the way I do it is I use ethanol-free with a stabilizer. So I like that added insurance, and the stabilizer is only pennies on the gallon. It's cheap insurance, and I highly recommend it. So I hope you liked the video, and it was, this thing was giving me fits. I almost threw it in the garbage, but it's not mine, and that would not have solved anything, but I'm glad I stuck with it. And if you have any questions or whatever, get back with me, and I'll respond. Take care.